Okay, so I'm sitting down, getting ready to have breakfast with myself. I feel like treating myself to breakfast. So before my day gets started, I've been up since 4 o'clock in the morning, y'all. And that's typically the time I get up. So really quick. When I got up this morning, I didn't feel like falling right into my routine. So what I did was I just was flipping through YouTube, just wanted to catch up on some of my favorite content creators, and I stumbled across one I have not seen in a long time, Whitney White, and some people know her as Natural 85. And so I haven't seen her in a while. I absolutely love this woman. I love how she got started, and it's so interesting. Like most, now I told you guys that I'm still working on how to do this whole editing thing to make it smoother. But anyways, like I was saying, I was watching Natural 87 just to kind of catch up on what she's been doing, and I love her story. I've been following her ever since I was a stay-at-home mom. Okay, so I was a stay-at-home mom for years, and so that was around the time I wanted to learn how to wear my hair natural and stuff like that, and take care of my natural hair and stuff. And so she was one of the main YouTubers that I would follow. And what came about is that she launched a hair care line, and this hair care line has been doing amazing. So she's been learning how to keep up with this business that has exploded. And so that's the reason why her followers haven't seen her. So I wanted to just kind of listen to see what was going on. And she was talking about how there was an issue that had happened with some pre-orders, and it was pretty explosive because it was private. She didn't even publicize it. So, I loved how she handled everything. I love how she is handling her growth. This was something that she never, thought about doing. She just started her YouTube channel, and she wanted to just, she was doing, daily vlogs about her life and her hair and eating, and people wanted to know more about her, how she kept up with her hair. And then years later, it grew into learning how to care for her hair, to her creating concoctions of different products, and people started, using, her ingredients and using her recipes to, get healthy natural hair. And I did the same thing. I loved her her recipes and stuff. And so her recipes turned into a hair care line. So I have been following her all the way from the beginning, and I'm so proud of how far she's come. But what I'm most proud of is what happened recently when she had to give some refunds away. She had to do some refunds because there was an issue with the product and the manufacturing. And so long story short, she got on her YouTube page and she got on her Instagram and she apologized, and she was like, because I'm the CEO of my company, I take full responsibility. And she was like, I am still learning how to navigate all of this stuff. And she thanked her team, who she was like, I have a So anyways, she was saying how, even though she has a small team, they worked effortlessly, and she got I think it was hundreds of thousands of orders is what she said. So, but her and her team managed to, do a successful intervention, and to keep the customers updated on what was going on. Those who wanted refunds got refunds. Those who were willing to wait waited. And then she also clarified rumors that people made about her not following through, the company not responding. And so I am just so proud of how she handled herself. And this is what made me think about myself, because I'm in so many new spaces in my life that I don't know what I'm doing. All I just know is that I see growth all around me. But sometimes it's possible for you not to know what. So like I said, sometimes it is possible for you not to know what to do with growth because your intention was just to have fun, or you started something because you were in a bind, or you started something, your trauma, or your issues or a certain event in your life led you down that path to start and create something, and that creation turned into a walking baby, and that walking baby now is walking on its own, and you have to keep up with it because a business is like a baby. And so what I took away from her is as I'm growing in the spaces that I'm in, and as I am watching my baby, I have more than one business, and and I have babies. So as I'm watching my businesses have legs and walk, it's okay to say that, hey, I don't know what I'm doing. I need help. Towards the end of her video, she was like, I don't want to do pre-orders anymore. It was too overwhelming. I've hired X, Y, and Z to help us figure out the logistics of, the packaging and the ordering and things like that. So what I liked about it, that's huge. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, honey. Enjoy.
Thank you so much. Okay, so look at this big old omelet. This is huge. It's a Santa Fe omelet, and of course I got some bacon. Your girl got some bacon for the baby. Okay, so she was just honest about the fact that hey, we ran into something that we had no idea was going to happen. And so I'm learning it's okay for you to say what you don't know, especially when you're entering into new spaces of any area of your life. I'm around a lot of traditional, people, where the old thinking was never let them see you sweat, and I think that that's true maybe for some aspects of your life, but for other aspects, it's okay to be vulnerable and say, hey, there was a hiccup, and this is all new to us, or this is new to me, and I'm still learning. Thank you for those who are still connected with me as I'm learning and as I'm growing. And those who choose to walk away, I understand. I will be better next time. So that video taught me how to, if you're going to lead and if you're going to own, you have to own. You have to own your mistakes too. You have to own and be honest about what it is that you don't know. You have to, and that's what I'm learning, moving in spaces that you've never been before, at least for me, is humbling, and I have thrown in the towel, and I'm learning to say, I need help, I don't understand, this is a new space for me, you are speaking over my head, where are the resources, and that's helping me, and then what I'm going to do is my commitment is to take that to people who need the same, who is where I was, because I'm committed to teaching as I'm being taught, leading as I'm being led. I don't believe in keeping anything to you. It is possible to be in a world full of resources and not know how to connect to them. And so I want to be one of those people to teach and show other people how to connect to the resources, how to lead as I'm learning how to be led. So I'm loving this space that I'm in, this space of just learning how to be vulnerable and transparent, as I grow, as I stretch, as I rise, because this is not easy. Growth is not easy. Expansion is not easy. And then sometimes being honest in setbacks, and having setbacks in the public eye, because she experienced that too. So I'm learning how to be okay with people. like I said, I'm learning how to be comfortable with people watching me fail, you know. And to you, it may look like failure, but it's only failure if I stop. So you really you're not watching me fail, you're watching me fall and get back up and learn how to do it better, you know. So I'm learning how to be comfortable with that, because the more and more I do what I do, the more and more people will see. They will see the good, the bad, the ugly. That's the process of growth, and that's not a bad thing. So, you know, yeah, that's the vibe I'm on now. You know, I am, you know, and I'm on a mission to dispel the illusion of I can't. You know, like I said, I'm learning how to be comfortable with people watching me fail. You know, and to you, it may look like failure, but it's only failure if I stop. So you really you're not watching me fail, you're watching me fall and get back up and learn how to do it better, you know. So I'm learning how to be comfortable with that, because the more and more I do what I do, the more and more people will see. They will see the good, the bad, the ugly. That's the process of growth, and that's not a bad thing. So, you know, yeah, that's the vibe I'm on now. You know, I am, you know, and I'm on a mission to dispel the illusion of I can't. You know, you know, coming from where I come from, you see a lot of limitations, and those limitations are illusions. And there's actually possibilities all around us. It's a matter of how, not if I can do it, it's how, and if I'm willing to put in the work. Am I willing to be vulnerable and ask the questions? And am I willing to be vulnerable and transparent and be honest about what I don't know, about where I messed up? So that is the wavelength your girl is on. Moving forward, you've got to be honest about what you don't know so that you can continue to grow. You've got to be honest about the setbacks. And that's a tough pill. That was a tough pill for me to swallow. But I'm learning, you know. And so I just love stories like Whitney's. And I just, you know, those are my favorite stories. When you stumble across something that you know, it was something that started off as an idea in your mind, or a hobby, or just a passion, and it turns into something magnificent. And I love seeing more than anything, I love seeing the growth process of the originator. And my hat goes off to Whitney. Natural 85. My hat goes off to her. She is a dope girl, and her business started booming and growing, and she became an executive and a CEO of her company, all in the midst of going through a divorce, you know, with 2 children, and she was in cosmetology school, all at the same time. And my hat goes off to you, baby girl. So, and then another thing she did too, she was honest about being in the midst of building everything. She addressed her mental health. You know, she was dealing with a whole lot of stuff in the midst of growth. So it was like amazing things was happening and tragedies at the same time. Trust me, I know what that feels like, because the same thing was happening to me, and still in it, just like she is, you know. And I like how she's been transparent through it all. You know, people are not robots. When you look and you see somebody's success, and you see what they do, most people don't start off like that overnight. So I appreciate the transparency of her journey, because it gives people like me hope, you know. And then I'm learning to be transparent with my journey, so that in hopes to give other people hope. And then not only that, just to not put me on a pedestal. You know what I'm saying? Like, and not put me in a box. If you put me in a box, you'll disappoint your own self, not me. I know who I am. I know what I'm working with. You know what I'm saying? So I am not very multidimensional, just like anybody else. So being transparent and just owning that, and that comes with lessons and knowledge and sometimes age, but sometimes age don't give people knowledge. Age just, you getting older just gets you older. So I'm doing more talking than I'm eating. So what I'm gonna do, eat my breakfast. Thank you so much. And then I am going to go over the things that I'm grateful for today.